color. The continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie, Ed Nelson as Michael Rosser, Ryan O'Neill as Rodney Harrington, Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson, Tim O'Connor as Elliot Carson, Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington, Patricia Morrow as Rita Harrington, James Douglas as Stephen Cord.
Today, this small New England town is covered with a snowfall that seems to muffle all the sounds of quiet desperation. Rita Jacks Harrington and her husband Norman want to shout, although Norman stepped into a bitter argument between Lee Weber and the blind Chris Weber, only to be accused of intrusion. The irony has left a bitter taste.
Because I'm mean, little kid, and this is my territory, not spraying on you guys.
How come you're not in school?
Because I cut my 11 o'clock class, and I cut my 10 o'clock class. And in case you're interested, I'm taking off the rest of the day, too.
I guess all that cutting gets the guy pretty tired.
Dominic, arrest me! Put me down! Put me down!
Come on, Norm, cut it out. Put him down.
All right, got away this time, now, Lloyd, but next time I'll race you. See? I'll race you.
Hey, Norm, are you bored with school?
Yeah, the boys and I thought we'd pull another little job today. You want to come along, Rosie?
You can't be serious.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just got tired of sitting around listening to some guy lecture about the rise and fall of something or other.
Aren't your finals coming up pretty soon? I mean, the semester's almost over.
Yeah, but nothing we get through today.
Are you still bothered about last night?
No. Yeah, I'm bothered about it.
Chris had no right to sound off like that. But Norm...
What?
Well, maybe Chris is right. Maybe it is a family thing, and you just should stay out of it.
Is that your thinking or your mother's thinking?
Well, I agree with her.
I see. Then if Lee Weber is beating up his brother, his blind brother, and I just happen to be standing around, I should just turn around and walk the other way, right?
Mother said you started it with Lee, that you wanted to fight all along.
Maybe so. And I suppose what happened between Chris and Lee was my fault.
I don't know. Sometimes people go out looking for trouble, especially when they're upset about something else. Something they can't change or do anything about.
What's that supposed to mean?
Can't we just go back the way we were before? You going to class and studying?
And forget that my mother was imbalanced? And stop running around beating up people to get it out of my system?
Look, you're getting everything mixed up. I just want you to stay out of Lee Weber's way. Sooner or later, he's going to hurt somebody. Again. And I just don't want it to be you.
In other words, just don't get involved.
Well, that's the way Chris wants it. If he doesn't want your help, why should you bother?
Well, maybe I like butting in. I like being the big man. That's the way you and your mother figured, isn't it?
Oh, Norm, I didn't say that. I just don't want you to stick your neck out.
Okay. I'll keep my hands off, my neck in, and be a nice, normal guy. Any other advice?
Do you want some lunch?
No, thanks. I'm not hungry.
Are you going back to class?
Maybe. I don't know. Look, I'm sorry. I know I've been rough to live with lately, but I'm sorry.
I guess I'd better get this back. See you later.
Yeah.
46 inches, Mrs. Cord. Huh? Well, I just wouldn't start in the upstairs window.
Now, where is that duffel bag of mine you were with?
You took it to your brother's, Mr. Harrington.
That's right.
Mary, I'll be with you in a minute.
Yes, Mrs. Cord.
Taking a trip?
Moving out.
Moving out.
That's what the man said.
When did you decide that?
Oh, before I knew you and Stephen were moving in, if that's what you mean.
I didn't mean anything. Where are you going to live?
Find a place on the wharf.
Aren't the places down there rather comfortable?
Oh, they'll suit me just fine.
Well, I guess you will have more freedom.
Yeah, the parade of beauties won't have so far to walk.
Why move now, though? I mean, if it really doesn't have anything to do with Stephen and me.
I just decided that it was time I had a life of my own, Betty.
Your grandfather, wouldn't you?
Oh, I have a feeling he's going to be well looked after.
Well, that isn't fair.
Why are you doing it? Don't you know what this house is?
It's a place to live.
It's a place to shrivel up and die inside. It's a place where the clocks haven't run in 30 years.
That's all changed now. Everything's out in the open. We all know where we stand.
Yes, on quicksand. You know, Betty, I really admired you and Stephen when you broke away from this place. When Stephen told Grandfather he could take his mill's legal work and chuck it in the river. I said, now there's a guy doing something that I could never do. And he's smarter than I'll ever be. And Betty's going to be fantastically happy with it. But now, coming back to all this...
Others haven't had all of this since the day we were born.
I'll grant you that. But is it worth it? Isn't the price a little high?
For being listened to instead of ignored. For being called Mrs. Cord instead of Miss Betty. For being respected for what I am. No, I don't think the price is too high.
All right, Betty. Let's not argue. I just don't want to see you get stuck down a one-way street, that's all. Like Hannah. You know, you could still tell Stephen you don't want to come back here. Betty, don't let it happen to you.
Don't let what happen to me. Don't get something I really want for once in my life. I have a commitment to Stephen. That's something you could never understand, could you? Because you've never been able to commit yourself to anyone. Well, in case you're interested, that's what being married really means.
Well, I'm sorry I butted in. I wish you luck, Betty. I mean that.
Oh, he's fine, Mike. I think the cold weather agrees with him. He gained 2 ounces last week.
2 whole ounces? Well,
Good. You deserve a rest.
not exactly right.
Mike, are you sure you're all right? Good. We all miss you very much. Bye. Oh, Mike! Oh! Oh, you just missed Mike Rossi on the phone. He just called.
What?
Mr. Rossi? When's he coming back? It'll just be a couple more days.
Well, how is he? How does he sound?
Relaxed.
Did he ask about me?
Indeed he did. He wanted a full report. I told him you were doing just fine. So fine, in fact, I was able to open the bookstore a week earlier than I thought.
Well, that's why we're here, to help celebrate the grand reopening.
Oh, Elliot, you even brought Matthew. Elliot.
Flowers for the beautiful.
Oh.
Happy back to work.
Oh, they're lovely, but what'd you do with my son? Trade him in?
Oh, he's with his grandfather. And I'd better go get him because he's probably hungry.
I'll be here if you need me.
Bye.
Oh, Elliot.
Isn't
that kind of dangerous, Mr. Carson?
Dangerous nonsense. I got a real good hold on him.
Oh, I didn't mean you drop him, but he might christen you.
Down you go, Matthew.
Oh, a happy baby.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, huh? Listen, the next time you two come by, I'd like to get a picture of you out in the snow, okay?
Oh, you bet, Mr. Carson. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, Matthew.
Say bye-bye to Grandpa.
Woman driver.
Sorry, but I didn't see you.
Where you off to?
We're going home.
Would you like to have some coffee with me?
Well, I'd like to, but it's time for Matthew Stevens.
Well, don't you carry a spare? A bottle?
Well, yes, I did put one in here.
They can heat it up for you in the drugstore.
All right.
May I drive?
Here, you tend the bottle. I'll tend to Matthew.
Want a little chocolate syrup in that, right?
Okay, Rita.
Here, I'll heat it up for you.
Listen, when you get a chance, 2 cups of coffee over there, please. Sure. Thank you, darling. you like something else?
No, that's fine.
Would you like to sit down? A nickel for your thoughts. It used to be a penny, but the prices have gone up.
Oh, I was just thinking about... You see, we went over to see Mrs. Carson at the bookstore, and she was on the phone with Dr. Rossi.
Oh, how is he?
He's fine, I guess. At least I hope so.
You hope?
Well, I'm kind of worried about him. Whether he'll be able to get over what happened to the girl he was going to marry.
Rachel, if there's one man you don't have to worry about, it's Mike Rossi. He can take care of himself. But I guess it doesn't do me very much good to tell you that. We all have our hang-ups.
Hang-ups?
Problems.
What are yours? I'm sorry, I guess that was kind of rude.
What makes you think something's bothering me?
It is, isn't it?
Well, I moved out of my grandfather's house today.
Here's your coffee.
Thanks.
Thank you, Rita.
The bottle will be ready when you want it.
Well, if it bothered you, then why did you move out?
I just decided I had to go, and that was that. But you know something, Rachel? It isn't easy just to pack up and leave. I put in a lot of years there.
They must have been good years.
Well, some of them were. Some of them weren't.
None of mine were. None at the farm. I couldn't wait to get out of that place.
But you didn't have a choice. See, I was torn in two directions. My grandfather's in the hospital. The house, fire, beat it up pretty badly. But
what?
I had to get out. I'd be sucked right back again. You know, Mike, my grandfather's a very clever man. He knows how to maneuver people. It's time I took charge of my own affairs.
I can't imagine anyone telling you what to do.
Well, not in so many words, but there are ways. Well, you take my marriage, for instance.
You're what?
I was married. I guess you didn't know that.
I only knew about you and Allison.
We were very young, Rachel, and I allowed too many people to interfere. But that's all over now. She's remarried. She's very happily remarried to Stephen Cord.
You were married?
Don't you find that so hard to believe?
Well, yes. I forgot all about the bottle. Oh, Matthew, don't cry. No, I'm going to see you right away. Yeah. Do you want to hold him?
Oh, you think it's okay?
Sure. Careful. Yeah.
Oh, he's mad about me.
And you can feed him, too.
Oh, where are you going?
There's the bottle. Here, thank you. Here. Matthew does all the work. Now watch.
Not bad, huh? You know, he's a pretty cute little guy.
Does he look like a sister? Like Allison?
Oh, no. He's dark, and Allison was light. He looks more like his daddy, like Mr. Carson.
I think he's beautiful.
No, boy babies aren't beautiful.
Why did you take it out?
Well, don't we have to burp him or something?
No, not yet.
The fellows at the garage should see me now.